Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, I gotta adjust my microphone. You and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. And we are coming to you live today. Today is Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday evening. I was supposed to upload these episodes in the morning. The last couple of days, of course, it hasn't went as planned. It's annoying, but we're getting these episodes done, you know. So we're gonna start uploading them in the morning. Let's see, today's Tuesday night. I'm gonna upload this one tonight, and then Wednesday we're gonna upload Wednesday's episode in the morning, so it'll be there when you wake up. So it'll be 2, one tonight, one tomorrow. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just had a lot going on the last couple of days. It's not a big deal, but you know, it's life sometimes, you know. But anyway, you gotta keep it pushing sometimes, even when it's hard. Sometimes you have to keep going. But today we have a good episode. Today I want to talk to you about something that's very important. Something that's it's not on the biggest scale in the world, but it's something to it, you know? And that's called mystery, being mysterious, being, you know, not, there's an aura sometimes to being mysterious. There's an aura sometimes to being mystique. I'll give you an example. I used to watch wrestling. Growing up, I loved wrestling, and one of the scariest characters when I was a kid was the Undertaker. You know, the Undertaker. If you don't know, if you never watched wrestling, he was basically a guy that's supposed to be quote unquote dead. You know, and he had a saying, "Rest in peace." He had a finishing move called the Tombstone Piledriver, and for many years, the Undertaker was the man of very few words. He walked to the ring. He had the scariest music. He had the funniest looking manager who walked around with an urn. And the Undertaker would utter very few words. He would say, "Rest in peace." You know what I mean? And for the longest time, it's a very mysterious character. And it got over very well with the fans. And you never really heard him talk, like, ever. And finally, last year, I think he started doing. The man that played the character started doing interviews because he wasn't going to be a wrestler anymore. And so I thought that was cool that for 25 years he held on to this mystique, you know. And I bring up this because sometimes being mysterious is a good thing. You don't have to give everything to everybody. Everybody doesn't have to know everything about you. I give you a perfect example. One day, I used to think Tom Cruise was the coolest. You know what I mean? I watched Top Gun. I watched Days of Thunder. You know, when I was a kid, I watched a lot of Tom Cruise movies. Born on the 4th of July, and I never really saw a Tom Cruise interview before. So you know, I didn't watch all those, you know, Entertainment Tonight, all those type of shows. So I would just see Tom Cruise had a movie coming out, like, all right, Mission Impossible. Like, all right, let's do it. And then I remember one day in the early 2000s, I was sitting at home. I had the day off when I was working at the prison, and I was watching TV, and Oprah was going to do an interview with Tom Cruise. And I said, man, I ain't never heard of Tom Cruise, I don't think, outside of the movies before it talked. So I said, I guess I'll check this out. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the last day I ever thought Tom Cruise was cool. You know what I mean? Tom Cruise was that was the day that he was jumping on the couch because he met Katie Holmes. And I thought, Tom Cruise is a clown. Okay? Major points taken off for Tom Cruise, you know what I mean? And he has the genie got out the bottle and it ain't got back in since, you know what I mean? When I see Tom Cruise pop up sometimes, I'm like, it's Tom Cruise. Okay. But it's not like mysterious. It's not a mystique to Tom Cruise anymore. I'm just like, Tom Cruise, that's the same guy that was jumping up and down the couch because he met a woman? Okay. You know, and it doesn't have to just be movie stars. It doesn't have to be athletes. It doesn't have to just be, it could be a company, you know. What's a company that's mysterious to you? I can't think of any examples, but I'm sure there's a few, you know. Like I give you an example of a company that's not mysterious. You know what I mean? Walmart. There's no mystery about to Walmart. You know what I mean? Walmart's like, hey guys, we got the lowest prices. Blah 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 blah. Come check us out. Blah 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 blah. We everywhere. You know. Blah 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 blah. Walmart. There's no mystique. There's no mystery to Walmart. You know. When I was younger, I didn't know anything about Target. I didn't see a lot of... Where I grew up, I didn't see a lot of advertising for Target. I didn't see a lot of, you know, things about Target. So whenever I moved to Atlanta and I would stop at Target, I was like, man, this Target store is kind of cool, you know? But then the more I started driving around the country, the more I saw Target, and it lost some of its aura for me. And I was like, eh. And then I spent 3 nights in Minnesota once, 3 cold nights in Minnesota. And I realized, oh man, the headquarters in Minnesota, and they had a Target on every corner. And I was like, all right, Target is just like Walmart. There's no mystery to it. But, you know, for your business, I'll give you an example. I follow this guy. Well, I get his... he has a thing called Email Players. It's a newsletter. So every month I get this newsletter from the great Ben Settle. Ben Settle has sort of a thing where he's not all out and about. It's not on YouTube, not on a lot of social media stuff, you know. So Ben has a thing about him where it's kind of like a mystique, you know. It's kind of like a mystery. Like, where does this guy live? What does this guy do, you know? You don't really know a whole lot personally about him, you know. You just know that he's good at emails, he's good at marketing, he's good at, you know, he's a great writer, you know, things like that. But you don't really know personally. So there's an aura, you know, there's a mystique. And I give you another example. I give you some better examples, you know. I don't want to end this episode sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Have you ever tried to date a guy or a girl and there's just something you're like, I want to get to know them, but there's the aura, there's a mystique around them that I want to know, you know? And you try and you try and you try. And it's like sometimes if somebody there's a thing that I learned when I was younger. There's a thing that I learned. I give you a better example. I give you a better example. Okay. When I was 13 years old, ladies and gentlemen, I liked this girl a lot. I think I was 14. It was the summer I was going to become a freshman in high school. So that there you go. I was 14, I believe. And there's this girl that I liked. I liked her a lot. And I really didn't know, I had no clue about girls at that time. And for me, I thought, because I used to watch, you know, I watched all these movies, you know, you watch enough movies, and you see these people, they're always in people's faces, you know what I mean? So I thought, oh, I gotta be in her face every day, you know, I gotta let her know that, hey man, I like you, I like you, I like you, you know? And so I went to her house every single day for like a week, you know what I mean? And every single day I was over there. Monday, Tuesday, you get the point. But I was over there for hours on end, you know? And I was over there for hours and hours and hours. I myself personally got kind of bored with being over there, but I was like, I gotta let this girl know that I like her. And I remember towards the end of the week, she said, "My mom don't want you coming over here so much, and I don't want to see you too much. I like you, but I don't like you like that." And I thought, oh man, all this work for nothing. And she didn't really give me a chance, and you know, she was like, "Oh, you know, you're not giving me any space." And the reason why that the reason why that I swung a miss is because I had nothing going on. You know, I was like an open book. I was too needy. I was too open. There was no mystique about me. But then, and this is the lesson that I learned that same summer. I said, okay, you know what? I said, this girl don't want to be with me. This girl don't like me. I said, I am not gonna see this girl for the next month or two. I said, I don't care if I have. Well, I knew I had to see it because I'm from a town of 3,000. But I said, for the summer, that's it. I'm not gonna see her, you know. And I started going to this program, and I remember I would, you know, walk to my cousin's house. She lived down the street from my cousin, but I would go a different direction. So every day for like a month, I avoided this girl. I did not see this girl. And I remember one day my brother came, and my brother said, "Hey," I'm like, "What's up?" And he was like, so and so looking for you." And I was like, "Who?" And he said, "So and so, man, they looking for you." And I said, "She looking for me?" And he said, "Yeah, dummy." And he said, "Who else you?" And I was like, "Man, I tried to talk to her like a month ago, man. She dissed me." And he said, "Yeah, man." She said she ain't seen you in a month and she missed you. And I was like, "She missed me?" And I was like, how can you, let's say you don't like me, but then you turn around and say you miss me? And then my brother was like, "I don't know. Maybe he said, I guess it's a good thing you disappeared, huh?" And then I thought, huh? And then I was like, so now that I'm not available, she likes me? And it was very confusing to me because I was a young man. And I was like, okay, so I had to learn a balance because you want to give people attention, but you don't want to give them too much attention. You don't want to be super needy. You want to have a aura of mystery behind you, you know? And that's in every relationship. Even when you get married, you know, it's like, I give an example. My wife, you know, if my wife's in the bathroom, if I say, one day I needed something out of the bathroom. And I said, "Hey, let me in." And she said, "Hell no." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Man, just because we married don't mean I'm letting you in the bathroom. You don't know what I'm doing in here." And I was like, "Oh, you trying to keep it a mystery?" She said, "Yeah, some things you got to keep a secret." And I was like, this is true. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess even though you're married, you still want to keep things still want to have a little mystery, a little aura, you know? And your company can have the same thing, you know? Your business can have the same thing. You can have the same thing. You don't have to give everything away. You don't have to give the farm away necessarily. You don't have to give all the things away. You don't have to be super needy. You don't have to be super, you know, "Hey, I'm available, blah, 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 blah." This is a mistake that we all make sometimes. And the more that you can pull back from that kind of stuff, the more you can pull back from being super needy, the more that you are like because I think about this more and more. It's sort of like social media, you know? It's weird when I see like the the mystique of celebrity is like out of the window because now they're all on Instagram. They share their whole life with you, and it's like, man, like I saw a thing of Johnny Depp. He's on trial because some girl slapped him or something, or whatever. He was in some kind of domestic case, and I'm like, Johnny Depp used to seem like a cool guy, but now he's sitting there, and she's like, oh man, he just want to sit around, and he old and just want to sit around and play the guitar, and it's like, man, Johnny Depp, mystery gone, mystique gone. It's like, oof, that's out the window. And like, there's ways around this. You don't have to be. I think about this a lot when it comes to the podcast. I think about, should I think about, like how much social media should I try to do with the podcast? How much should I, because of course you want to get your name out there, but at the same time it's like, is it better if you go the underground route? Is it better if you go that route? Or is it better if you like, hey everybody, I got a podcast, watch my podcast? And it's a hard battle. You want to get yourself out there. You want to get your name out there. But at the same time, there's something cool about doing a podcast where the whole world don't know. There's something cool about you spread your message, underground, There's something cool about that. There's something mysterious about that. There's something unique about that, Everything ain't for everybody, This podcast ain't for everybody. I know that, and I'm happy about that. And sometimes being everything to everybody will get you nowhere. Being out in the open all the time will get you nowhere. That's one thing about these reality shows. You see these reality shows, even though they're fake and phony as all get out, these people, they want to share their whole life with you, and it's like, ugh. But it's better to be mysterious sometimes than to be just an open freaking book, And so there's a slippery slope, but you can master it. You have to figure it out. Don't give away the goods. That's the reason why I give you, before we go, this is the reason why you don't give everything away for free. You charge people, You don't give the farm away for free. Don't be a marketing idiot and give everything you got for free, Charge people. Charge people for your time, charge people for your books, charge people for the effort that you put out. Everything don't have to be given away for free. The more stuff you give away for free, the more free beggars you're gonna have. The more mooching, freeloaders, they're all gonna come and be like, give me free stuff, and then how are you gonna make money? You ain't. And so, that being said, you don't have to be super mysterious, but try to have some type of mystery about you. Have some type of mystique, some type of aura, People gravitate to that stuff. People gravitate to the unknown. It's a fact. Trust me. You can apply that in dating. You can apply that at the job. You can apply that to anything in life. Friendship. Sometimes you don't need your friend to know everything about you. It's just how it is. It's not like you're having secrets or something like that. But everybody ain't got to know everything about you. It's just, it's just the way it is sometimes. And the more kind of mysterious you are in your dating life, the better you will be. Don't feel like you got to call somebody every single morning. You ain't got to text them every single morning. You want to pull back a little bit. Don't be the chaser all the time. Let them chase you. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Men can be chased too. You have to see what people's at. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the podcast. We will be back in the morning with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Zano. Keep the mystery going. Hey, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, everybody, peace.